What's up guys? So in today's video we're going to be diving into the exact system that helps accountants and accounting agencies pick up all calls all of the time and recover thousands of dollars in revenue on autopilot. So the way we're going to go about this video is I'm going to open up with a short demo of this agent in just a few seconds. I'm going to explain how exactly I built it so you get the full roadmap on how to set this up for yourself, and I'll even provide you all of the resources to go along with that. And then finally I'll explain how this is actually driving 5, even 6-figure transformations across those accounting agencies. So let's get straight into this demo. And if by any chance you're a business owner that's kind of been on the fence about AI, you can go ahead and schedule a free 30-minute AI consultation with me using that first link in the description, where we can discuss a personalized strategy and advice for your business. And now let's get back into the video. So over here I've built that agent, and as we can see here, I'm just going to press the call AI agent button.
Hello, Eric from Final Check. How can I help today?
Hey Eric, how are you doing?
Hello there. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How can I help you with your accounting or tax needs today?
So I needed to book a consultation because, tax season is actually not too far away and I want to stay on top of my finances early. So I'm looking to file for my business and then also for myself.
Got it. So you're looking for both business and personal tax preparation services. That's smart to get ahead of tax season. What date and time would work best for a consultation with our tax specialist?
So what would I get out of that consultation specifically?
During the consultation, you'll get a personalized review of your tax situation for both your business and personal filings. We'll discuss what documents you'll need, outline the process, and answer any questions you have about maximizing deductions and staying compliant. It's a great way to get organized early and avoid any last-minute stress. What date and time works best for you to schedule that call?
Probably tomorrow, maybe at like 6 p.m.
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. sounds great. Let me check if that time slot is available for you. Perfect. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. is available. Before I book that consultation, I'll need a couple of details. What's your full name? And are you a new, existing, or past client with us?
Yeah, so I'm a new client. My name is Azim.
Great, Azim. So I have you down for tomorrow at 6 p.m. for a consultation covering both your business and personal tax preparation. Just to make sure I have everything right, you're a new client looking to file for both business and personal taxes. Is there anything specific you'd like to discuss during the consultation, or any questions you have that you want to make sure we cover?
Nothing specific. I think I just want to, like I said, stay on top of my taxes. I want to get everything straight, and I want to work with someone I can trust.
Perfect. That makes total sense. You're all set for tomorrow at 6 p.m. for your consultation to get your business and personal taxes organized and build that trusted relationship. I've got your appointment confirmed with Azim for tomorrow at 6 p.m. for both business and personal tax preparation. We'll help you get everything straight and build that trusted partnership. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
No thanks. I appreciate it though. So now that the call has ended, let's go ahead and actually check out whether the appointment was booked. We can see here that the consultation has been scheduled with me. So if I click into this, we'll see that indeed we booked for tomorrow at 6 p.m. and it basically creates a 30-minute booking as we were supposed to, and it fills in all of my details here. So it has my name here, my status as a new client, my needs for business and personal taxes, as well as my interests and some notes about me. So that's pretty specific, which is nice. Now that I have shown this demo and had a conversation with it, let's go ahead and actually dive into what makes this agent specifically. Now the platform I'm using for this agent is called ElevenLabs. They have an agents platform where you can actually design these voice agents. So as you can see here, I have a customized first message over here, and then I have a system prompt where I have the instructions. And by the way, all of these templates will be available in the description. Once you've joined the community, there are going to be pretty clear directions that are going to show you how you can get this resource. But essentially what the system prompt is just this full set of instructions which I've written out, and they basically give the agent examples of conversations, the tone and style it should have. It also gives it tools, and tools are basically things that allow us to go ahead and connect with workflows like these. And what this workflow does is that whenever the agent calls a specific tool, it goes along a certain route. So if the agent is checking availability, it's going to go along this check calendar route, and if they want to book that appointment, it's going to go along this route. I'll actually also include this template as a free resource that can be accessed using that Skool community link in the description, so you can actually hop into NAN yourself and set it up. But in essence, what you would do is that once you have that resource file, you would go up here in NAN. Now, it's just a very simple platform. You go ahead and you sign up for it. And then on the homepage, you would go to this workflows tab and create a new workflow. And inside of that new workflow, you would click on these three dots and click on import from file, the file with this workflow that you just downloaded, and then you upload it inside of here and you're pretty much good to go. All you would have to do is basically connect your Google Calendar to this workflow. So this basically just means signing in with your Google account and making sure that everything is connected. Back in ElevenLabs, the system prompt is only one of the few important things. The second important half that it takes to build a voice agent here are those custom tools. Now the custom tools are exactly what I just talked about. There are things that connect up to this workflow, and as I said before, the check calendar tool goes along this route, the book calendar tool can go along this route. So in this case we have two tools. The second one is actually called book appointment, but that doesn't make a difference. And I won't get too in depth on this. You can actually check out a bunch of the other tutorials that I've published that will show a very similar setup process. But basically with tools, you just give them descriptions, you connect the URL of this thing called a webhook inside of here and then in NAN. So when you click inside of it, you're gonna copy the production URL and you're going to paste this into here so that the two workflows are connected. And so you would connect those two, and below here there's something called body parameters. Those are just pieces of information that the agent has to collect, and what that does is it collects these small pieces of information that are then sent to this workflow, and eventually they check the availability and create that booking. So once again, if you're looking for a setup tutorial like this, feel free to check out any of the other ElevenLabs videos that I've posted on my channel. All of the templates for them are also inside of my Skool community, so you can check those out too. And from a cost perspective, these agents usually cost around 9 to 11 cents per minute. They're fairly cheap, which means that they cost around $6 an hour. But as you saw there, the voice was pretty realistic. It sounded human. It was able to answer all of my questions and even direct me to book that consultation, which was pretty neat. And you can tweak all of those small things in ElevenLabs too. So you would just select the voice. There are a bunch of voices that you can choose here, so feel free to play around with them. And so now that you've gotten this kind of tech walkthrough and you have all of the resources that you can build these agents with now, I want to take the next step and show you the exact calculations and the reasoning behind how these accounting agencies and accountants can save a bunch of money and recover revenue with this setup. But if you're a business owner and this is already something that sounds cool, you can go ahead and once again schedule that free 30-minute consultation with me using the first link in the description. I do this to be as real as possible because I know there's a lot of conflicting advice out there, and I want to just give you the clearest and straightest path to setting up a system like this for yourself. And once again, I'm keeping it to only 3 people, so if you don't want to miss out on yours, go ahead and book that right now. And so here I actually have 3 things I want to show you. I have 2 graphs over here, which might be a bit more boring, but after them, I'll actually go ahead and give you a full walkthrough of this tool that I put together. So it's a Voice AI ROI calculator. By plugging in just a few numbers, honestly, it allows you to calculate the results, etc., which can really be helpful. But let me just show you this graph just to give you an idea of how this works. So typically with accounting agencies, if we're looking at a small upfront pricing fee here, you'll see here that over the course of around 12 months, they're usually able to recover around $50,000 of revenue with this. Now this is just an estimate. I'll do a more accurate calculation when we get to this ROI calculator, but just for you to know that this can bring this type of results into the business. That might be a bit vague, but more specifically here, this can just be as an example scenario here. So even though you're paying that first upfront cost for a system like this, and it costs, as I said, around 11 cents per minute to maintain, which can possibly add up to around $400 or $500 per month, depending on how much usage there is. You're looking at a negative ROI in the first month, but keep in mind that's only a negative 22% ROI, and soon after that, you're already recovering a bunch of money by month 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. And the reason this is such a big help is because we've worked with a bunch of financial and insurance firms, and on a typical basis, they miss around 30 to 40% of calls. So they're losing quite a bit of business. And so these estimates are honestly pretty conservative, and so is likely the ROI, because what we're talking here is just the recovered revenue. We're not even talking about the money that is saved when you have a 24/7 agent that can handle 10 calls at once and pretty much never miss a lead. But either way, I hope that part wasn't too boring. But now let's dive in with this Voice AI ROI calculator. So for a sample case, let's just say we're looking at a medium, small sized accounting agency, if that makes sense. And on a monthly basis, they might be getting around 350 calls. Now, industry standard, accounting usually misses around 40% of its calls, which is pretty significant. And if we're looking at the average deal or customer value here, this usually ranges between $1,500 and $2,500, and that's kind of for the first year, of which a big percentage might become continuous clients, right? Because in the accounting space, there's usually 90% client retention, meaning that it's kind of hard to lose a client, to be honest. But for those types of small agencies, you're usually looking at around 1 to 2 employees. For the sake of being as accurate as possible, I'm just going to put in 1.5 inside of here so we can get an accurate estimate. And for an average hourly cost for paying a human receptionist to do this, let's just put it at around $20 per hour. The business hours we can keep the same, and for the conversion, 12 to 15% is usually the standard, so I'm going to put it at around 12% even. And so this is kind of what we might be looking at here. So the daily cost savings are obviously pretty significant, and they add up to nearly $60,000 of yearly savings, because instead of paying a receptionist, you can actually get AI to do that work, and instead have the receptionist handling something that's more productive and just less repetitive. Now, we covered revenue, whether on a monthly or a yearly basis. That will obviously range from accountant to accountant. The numbers we're looking at here are just based off the number of extra leads that you would get. And of course, a smaller accounting agency can only take on so many clients at once. So even if they're able to take on around 30 or 40% of those leads, we can be looking at a pretty significant revenue uplift, so that's something to keep in mind. But also along with this tool, you can check out some other things. So we have a cost per conversation comparison. As you can see, the voice agent is much cheaper. And we also have a monthly operating cost comparison. So with 1.5 employees, we would have the mid 4-figure cost, but with a voice agent, we're looking at something pretty minimal here. And lastly, what I want to click on here is just get personalized recommendations. This is something I've added specifically into this ROI calculator. It's trained on my exact information, so it can give you some pretty good advice based on what me and my company have actually done ourselves. And so I hope you find this helpful, whether it's the free templates that you can get, link is in the description as I said before, or this free tool that you can try out. I really appreciate you for staying to the end of this video and checking all of this out. As I said before, if you're a business owner and you're kind of interested in the voice AI game, you can go ahead and book that free 30-minute consultation with me where we can discuss your strategy and basically all things AI. But if you're looking to learn about voice AI, my community is also an excellent place. You can get more than 30 voice agent templates, so you basically have an infinite number of use cases that you can explore with. But on a real note, I do appreciate you for sticking it out until the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.